All right, we're starting over. We're clapping in.
Welcome back to the 1090 podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Polished Audio, which does the audio for the 1090 podcast and the video. And Ryan does a hell of a job. And the thing with Ryan is he's getting better. Like, he gets better. And it's fun to watch Ryan, like, because me and you, like, we've evolved, like, to watch us grow in the podcast.
Sure.
But Ryan's done that too, like watching his videos of us.
Right.
Like, just watching his growth of him getting better. And
I think we made Ryan's life a lot easier. We used to make Ryan pack up the entire room, come to your basement for an hour, and then we would just leave and leave him.
I got to go, Ryan. He's like, okay.
And now we're here at his studio. I think it's great.
Yeah. He does a good job.
Yeah.
Ryan's a great guy. He's honest.
I would say, what would you say Ryan's one flaw is in general in life?
Other than the red hair?
Yeah.
He's like too hard on himself.
Okay.
Like, take a breath. But you know what, though? That's probably the thing. That's probably the reason why he's so good. He's so hard on himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. He gets into it. He cares about it, and he's gotten better.
I've got a lot of feedback on the last episode.
Like which one?
The one you edited, where like it would be like random clips and like beep. Like,
oh really?
People were loving it. Thought it was so funny.
Yeah,
well done, Ryan.
Yeah, I was just joking about the red hair. I don't have an issue with redheads.
The reason I bring that up is because I was going to throw in a Vertigo joke, but then I realized we harped on Vertigo a lot last time, so we're going to let it slide this time.
Me and Ryan were chatting. The quote, how you do anything is how you do everything.
I like that quote.
See, I hate that quote. Hate's a strong word. I don't like that quote.
Like, because it's not accurate?
I don't think it's close at all. Like, how I do the 1090 podcast is not how I clean my truck. And how I clean my truck is not how I train basketball players.
Do you clean
And
your
how
truck?
I train basketball players is not how I'm a father to Blue.
See, but I think it's more, in my head, I view that more as like almost like what is it, virtue that you do when you're like, what you do when no one's looking. Like, I view it more that way. Yeah. Like, how you live your life always is like how you live your life. Well, what am I even saying? I view it more in that realm. Like, you are consistent across the board, whether you're in one setting or another. But obviously, like, washing a truck's different than doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But like, attitude-wise, how you talk to people, how you think. I could get behind that, but I agree with what you're saying.
I think you're right. Because me and Ryan are like, what is the quote really trying to teach us?
Sure.
And yeah, I think that's what we talked about too. Anyway, Polished Audio. If you're looking to get into podcasting, but Ryan, it's not just podcasting. You do other stuff too, like any type of video editing that you need. Yeah. Ryan,
you're needing to read an audiobook.
Audiobooks. Music.
I would love... Ryan, I want you to just record yourself reading like the first Harry Potter book and then let me have that audio.
What?
I'm Ryan Gardner. Today we'll be listening, or I'll be reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
You like Ryan's voice or what?
I just think it'd be great just driving down the road and Ryan's just reading me Harry Potter.
What about the episode of Seinfeld when George lies to get books on tape and then it's his voice? I can't listen to this. I hate my voice. All right. I hope to have a good episode today. Life's 10% what happens to you and 90% what you're going to do about it.
Welcome back to the 1090 podcast. I'm Sam Josie here with Mason Sawyer today. And today we've got, it's an interest. I don't want to say I'm skeptical, but I'm interested. Hold
on, let me ask. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. We got Tony Robbins, not on the podcast. We're gonna be discussing Tony Robbins.
Oh, Tony Robbins here.
So I'm gonna throw it to you. You were gonna
hold on. Have you ever heard of Tony Robbins?
I have. Not in like great detail. Like, I'm aware of who he is.
Well, I had Jimmy Rex on, and you couldn't make it because he had work, and JR said Tony Robbins. After Jesus Christ, no one's impacted the world more than Tony Robbins. Ryan, am I wrong?
That is a fact.
He said that, and so I'm like, and then I think it was before he said that, but he brought this Tony Robbins guy up a lot. And so I asked Jimmy, like, who? Okay, I thought I recognized the name Tony Robbins. Like, I've heard that name before. Okay. But I thought it was like an athlete, like football player, basketball player. So he kept bringing him up, and I'm like, I'm going through all these sports teams. I'm like, and so I asked him, like, who's Tony Robbins? And then he looked at me like
he was not impressed.
Jimmy. I don't even think he likes me anymore. He was appalled. So anyway, I look up Tony Robbins. He's got some good stuff. Maybe he has changed the world. I don't know.
What does, I mean, all I know about Tony Robbins is that he's into sales, right? Like he develops sales tactics.
So, because I'm a big movie guy. So Jimmy and Ryan, they're like, "What? Have you seen the movie Shallow Hal?" I'm like, "Yeah, with Jack Black." And they're like, "He's the guy in the elevator with him." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about." I don't really know what he does, but he's some. I think he's into sales. So we're
talking JR, an extra in Shallow Hal, says that man has done more for the world.
Well, he's like a motivator guy.
Yeah.
Self-help.
And that's kind of his world, right? Like Jimmy Rex is into the Tony Robb, like the sales and the is he sales, is he real estate, is he a little bit of everything?
I don't really know, but yeah, I think he kind of does all
I think he's got some good, I mean,
yeah, he does.
I've seen a handful of things. I know he does sales trainings. I know he develops leadership books, things like that a lot of people use. A lot of people use like his leadership, like development tactics and trainings and things like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really know much about Tony Robbins. What's his net worth?
What's his net worth? I don't know. Should we Google it real quick?
Google Tony Robbins.
Are you on it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here.
As you're pulling that up, though, we're gonna have ourselves a little Tony Robbins episode. So Ryan sent me this, but it's what are the 6 human needs according to Tony Robbins? We're gonna break him down today. What's his net worth, though?
So, what's your guess? What would you suggest he's worth?
Well, if he's influenced the world next to Jesus Christ, it should be in the billions.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess I'm bad. 20 million.
Okay, Ryan.
Hold on. 50 million.
50 million, okay.
Going 50
Ryan,
million.
What's your suggestion?
I'm going to go 750 million.
750 million.
600 million.
Oh, my Lord and Savior.
I thought Ryan was going to say exactly like, I know his net worth. That's 600 million. So this guy's, he's got some money. People are believing in Tony Robbins, it looks like.
Okay. These are the 6 human needs. We'll break him down. Ryan, I think you're the smartest out of the 3 of us. So if you want to hop in and help us break this down, feel free. I feel like we need to get Ryan a mic still.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to list the 6, and then we'll go back through them and talk about them. And hold on. So from what my understanding of these is these 6 human needs, kind of the way he explains it is, it's not like every person has these and needs these. It's kind of more of each person operates with one of these type of thing. Okay. And maybe multiple, but maybe more some than others.
But usually someone can find one of these 6 things within them.
Right. Okay, so the 6 are certainty.
Okay.
Number 2 is uncertainty/variety.
Okay.
Number 3 is significance. Number 4 is connection/love. Number 5 is growth. And number 6 is contribution. So humans, we kind of operate within those 6 avenues.
Okay.
Like, these are the things that motivate us.
Right.
Okay, number 1, certainty. Assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. This one's not for me because I'm certain that my pain's never going to go away. So this is like the opposite. Like I'm actually certain that there's no way I can avoid the pain.
So really you do have that then. Certainty.
No, certainty is assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. So I think it's more like survival. Like this is the part of your human existence that like, hey, I need to know that I'm safe and I'm able to keep living and right?
Well, yeah, and even like on a smaller scale too, like people who are like comfortable, they don't like risk, they don't like change. Whether that applies to like making a big step, like career wise or buying a new car, it's like, nope, my car works. I've got money in my bank account. I'm going to play it safe. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I view certainty as like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like you're comfortable. You don't want to risk it. You got things you need. You don't want to like rock the boat too much.
Yeah. Or like, like it hurts now, but I'm certain that if I get through it, if I keep going, it will stop or I'll achieve it or whatever. Like
sure.
It will end. But for some people, it ain't going.
Yeah.
It's not going to end.
So that's not one. That one's not for you.
I don't think it's for me at all. What about you?
No, I mean, on a comfort level, yes, but I just don't think it's real. I don't know. You meet some people. Have you ever met someone and you think like, I wonder, I would love to see that person, what they're like when they are having an off day.
Yeah.
Because they are always so nice, so friendly, so uncharacteristically in a good mood. It's
almost
like,
annoying.
Yeah. And it's like, can you not ever, can you just like chill for a minute?
Can you simmer down a little bit? It's 7 a.m.
Yeah. And so like, I bring that up because it's like, has this person never experienced hardship, pain?
Or maybe that
sorrow?
they have, and that's how they
And
like,
they're coping with it. Like,
with
you know what? I'm going to beat this thing.
Okay, certainty. Number 2, uncertainty / variety. This sounds more like up my alley right here. The need for the unknown,
Okay.
change, new stimuli. I don't. Okay. Because I think one of the gifts I have, not to sound like arrogant right here.
One of the many gifts I have here that I'm imparting on the world.
One of the many of the gifts that I have, I feel like I'm a self-aware guy.
Okay.
I'm self-aware. Like with basketball, even at a young age, like basketball, like, okay, I'm not good enough for the NBA, but I think I can play college ball. I just, I'm a self-aware guy. I get it. I think I have a good understanding of how I fit into this world.
Sure.
And George Costanza has a classic quote on Seinfeld when his wife Susan dies and he's in charge of the trust.
Yes.
And he's interviewing these people and he picks this guy, right? This like C average student.
Uh-huh.
And so he's explaining to the board why he picks this kid. And he said, he's talking about his academics. And he's like, not showing off, not falling behind. That's Mason Sawyer. I'm nothing special. I'm not showing off, not falling behind.
Okay.
So I'm a self-aware guy. And I think in my life right now, ever since the accident, it's inconsistency runs my life. There's no pattern. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm so inconsistent with everything. There's like 3 things I'm consistent with. Blue, Sammy, and I was going to say basketball. I'm not even consistent with that. I think it's just relationships, just like the relationships I have. Other than that, I'm up and down, left and right, all over the place.
Well, just for our listeners out there, Mason's not referring to me as Sammy. He has a girlfriend named Sammy.
Yeah, okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that,
but I'm just saying, like, yes.
But no, I think I kind of strive off of.
Is there something you like? Do you have any type of schedule that like every day you wake up and this and this happen?
No. Like tomorrow tomorrow's different because it's Blue's birthday. So I actually so tomorrow I know what I'm doing from 1 to 3 o'clock. Blue's birthday. I'm not making this up. And I was actually talking about this with Sam the other day. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
What's the cliche saying? The only thing for certain is uncertainty.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up with this.
Isn't that like a thing? Isn't that people say that, right?
Well, I think it's truth. I don't think it's like your opinion. I think that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard. Like it's hard. I mean, you take an average person. They wake up, they go to work, they come home from work. mean, that's probably the only consistent thing that a lot of people do. I mean, yeah, you wake up, you have your kid, you have your, a job. There's a handful of things people can say every day I do, but like everything you go to work and get laid off that day. You could come home and your family had packed up and left. They didn't even tell you they're gone.
Yeah,
you're done.
Think of all the sad stories I had on our podcast.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and that's what death is. Death is change, and it might be the most intense version of change, but like it's change. But it's like, think of your life. It's just constant change. You go through like physically, like the maturation process with your body, the growth of like your brain and your thought process, your moral development. It's just constant change. Right. Nothing seems to last forever. I think that's a song. Is it Kansas? Nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky, dust in the wind. Nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky.
Probably.
I wish I could sing. Would you rather be the world's best singer or world's strongest man?
Probably the world's best singer, but strictly for financial reasons. Like Mark Henry.
I don't know who that is.
The WWE superstar Mark Henry. He's like he's the world's strongest man. No one cares about Mark Henry.
Yeah, that's a bad would you rather. That's it. I think I'd pick, because there's longevity to singing too. Yeah. You can sing when you're 80.
Yeah.
And that was on me. Okay, next one, number 3. Or are we done with number 2?
I think we're done with number 2.
Number 2. Number 3, significance. This is a big one, dude.
Okay.
I feel like everyone has this one to some degree.
But what is it referring to?
So it says significance, feeling unique, important, special, or needed.
I think there's a time and a place for all of that description. I think at some point everyone wants to feel like, I mean, I view that as like validation. Like, you want to feel validated for the things you're doing, whether it's a big thing, a small thing. You want to feel appreciated. You want to feel like you've done a good job. Not necessarily I mean, there's some people that wake up every day and like they're striving for like, I want credit, I want recognition, I want, X, Y, Z. And then there's some it's like, I'd like a pat on the back now and again.
Yeah, I do think, like before the car accident, I felt significant just being a good father and husband.
Right.
Like that was enough for me. And I think I think you're right. I think people have they view significance differently. Like some people being a good friend or husband is not enough. They want to be significant and have a big social media following maybe or whatever. But we all need significance. I think it's rare to find someone who doesn't value significance. Like, to me, that's purpose, right?
Right.
Like, we all need a purpose.
Right.
Or else you're done. Like, if you don't have a purpose, you're really going to struggle.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we've talked about on our podcast is a good way to find purpose is look at the most painful parts of your life. You usually find a lot of purpose in those most terrible times. So we go on to feel significant. So far we have certainty, uncertainty, and significance.
Okay.
Number 4, connection / love. Love, true love.
I would say this is probably
is what brings us here today.
What's that, Princess Bride?
Yeah, good job.
I think this will be the most common one that people will find.
A strong feeling of closeness or union with someone or something.
I think even the most miserable, not even miserable, most bitter, angry people have something or someone that they would probably admit to caring about.
Yeah, I think I was actually talking to Jimmy Rex about this a little bit. I was just looking up. I think I just typed in like top 5 or top 10 things that make people happy, and relationships. Like on every list I found was number 1. Like this feeling of connection and love, this feeling of something bigger than yourself. And dude, having a kid, like when Riggins was born, and you tell me if you've experienced something like this too when you had your kids, but it was weird because, and we talk about we is greater than me, like Holland Riggs, it was like this complete shift of, okay, my life is no longer about me.
Right.
This is bigger than me.
Right.
this is about my son. This is about Courtney. And you felt it like almost on a spiritual level. Like there's something to this, to this bond, to this connection. And it's really weird because getting married is different because there's this dating process and then you get married and you just kind of know each other. Having a kid is like they're in the womb, don't really exist.
And then all of a
And
sudden,
then boom, number one thing in your life.
Like the dating marriage, like you kind of ease into those phases.
Right.
And then all of a sudden overnight, bam, just.
And it was like basketball became secondary. Everything else just got knocked down a few pegs.
Right.
And my senior year at Dixie State was, I was disappointed. I don't think I had a great senior year, like basketball-wise. I think my junior year as a basketball player was better than my senior year.
Like statistically or enjoyment or
both.
all things?
Oh, enjoy both, all the above.
Okay.
But, and I do think having Riggins impact, it didn't bother me. I didn't worry about it as much. I was so worried about being a father. This connection and love to Riggins really changed my life.
Sure.
But and we all need that to some degree, whether it's your wife, your kids, some type of connection and love. Love's the best thing.
Right.
I think laughing and love, those two. And it's so cliche, like especially in Utah, every house you walk into.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh,
Yeah.
live, laugh, love. But it's so true. Like, is there anything better than laughing and loving, feeling that connection?
Right.
I don't know, man.
I'm with you. I think that one, I don't know the other two you're about to bring up, but I would dare bet that one is probably like the one I would be able to relate to the most. And I feel like probably the most common one people would be able to relate to.
And that's why breakups, divorce, death, when that love and connection gets severed, it's brutal.
Right.
It hurts so bad. But that's the price of love. Like, if you're going to put yourself out there in love, it comes with a cost.
Right. So, on a side road here, you know the question, like, would you rather love and loss or never love at all? Mm-hmm. In your situation, you're obviously probably no-brainer love and loss than never love at all.
Yeah, actually,
Despite the pain, despite the, like, everything that it's caused you to deal with, you wouldn't change that for anything. Do you remember if that was your mentality prior to the accident? Like, do you ever have random conversation like that? Like, all right, would you rather do this or that? And like, easy to say when things are going really good.
honestly, it was a cakewalk before the car accident for me. Like, the hardest thing like, before the accident, Joe Montgomery died in high school. That was, but like, me and Joe weren't best friends. Like, I wasn't in his inner circle of friends. He wasn't in mine. But that was a tough one. My cousin Tiffany died when I was really little, like 6, 7, 8 maybe. Other than that, like, the death thing was grandma's. It was kind of like how I was told, like, you grow up, you live, you get old. It was kind of, it made sense. The whole death thing, like, yeah, this works. And so, like, honestly, before the accident, I can't even tell you what I worried about.
Right.
I can't tell you. I don't. Yeah, so I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even really remember, but yeah, now I do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
Connection, love. You ready for the last two?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on. That would you rather? Would you rather have loved and lost or never loved at all? I use that in speaking gigs a lot.
Yeah.
We'll play Would You Rather with the crowd, and then that's the last Would You Rather, and I kind of tie it back in. I like that Would You Rather question. Okay, number 5.
I want to end with a very random Would You Rather I've got in my head. I'm going to ask you, and I want Ryan to interject as well when we end the episode.
Okay, Dave. Number 5, growth. An expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding. I think
this one's natural. I think whether you want to or not, you're going to have different aspects of growth in your life.
Like, imagine if you can't grow. Isn't that like the definition of
physically?
Hell? Or what?
I understand what that is like.
That was pretty good. you stopped growing?
I think it was, right now I think I'm 5'1". I think I stopped growing by the time I was back from Texas on the mission.
So 21-ish?
Like in high school, I think I graduated high school, I was like 4'8", 4'9".
So you grew like significantly after high school.
Yeah.
Maybe you're still growing. You should measure yourself.
What would you do if I showed up at our next pie? I was like 6'1". Like, I'd be uncomfortable waking up 6'1".
Yeah, would you wish to go back?
No. Yeah.
If you were, okay. Growth, though, like, I do think, like, the definition of hell or damnation is you can't grow. Like, you're done. You're stuck.
Right.
The ability of grow, and like we just talked about love and connection and going through loss. Going through that loss, that's where growth happens a lot.
Right.
And we've talked about that a lot, like this pain and the loss and experience. This is how you grow. It's hard to grow when everything's going right and it's smooth sailing. It's hard to grow. When life goes south and it doesn't go good, those are your opportunities to develop real growth and take advantage of it. Or it could just shrink you and cripple you too, depending on how you handle the thing.
Right.
But growth, man, that is that's what keeps people going. This ability to change and to grow and become better. I think that's one of the main purposes of life. Is hey, you got to get better and grow throughout this thing.
Right. Yeah, and I think there's just so many aspects of, like, everything someone does involves growth and understanding of how things work. Like, in high school, I didn't worry about, like, what I ate and what I, like, health. And then it's like, all right, I grow up, realize that I have a better understanding of health and the importance of eating better. With that being said, I eat awful. This is a terrible example.
You have the worst diet in America.
I do.
History.
I don't. I ate 11 donuts last Friday. Oh, in one sitting.
Like, are we talking a regular sized donut? Or like the small white powder donut?
No. This was the big, hearty Smith's donuts.
11
in one sitting. That's not true. I ate 9 in one sitting, went to bed, got up to pee at like 2 a.m. and ate 2 more on my way back to my bed. But the reason I bring out, like, I think you just naturally grow and you take on more knowledge and you understand things better as you progress through life. So, like, I'm young, I don't really care about eating 20 double cheeseburgers, and now I may understand it better, but I obviously still don't care because I just ate 11 donuts. But even like everything, you just understand how the world works and you grow, and everything in the world, you just naturally, I think, gain a little more understanding, whether you care about it or not. Like, you just simply have more knowledge of things as you continue to go about your life, I think.
And it's interesting because I think number one being certainty. Like, I feel like number 1 and number 5 kind of like because remember, these 6 human needs, it impacts people differently. So some people are more number 1 driven, like they're more certainty driven.
Right.
Other people are all about growth. But I do feel like, because certainty is assurance, you can avoid pain. Growth, if you want growth, it's pain.
Sure.
That's the ingredient.
Like, it's uncertainty. Like, if you want to grow, you got to.
Terrifying. I had a buddy text me today. He's going through something really not good, and he said, "I'm scared." And I said, "Yeah, I would be too." Like, that was my answer. Like, yeah, it's scary. But that's where the growth, like,
really
that's
text him.
that's where the growth is. And so it's like, well, which one do you want? Do you want certainty or do you want to grow?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, last one. And this number 6 is contribution. I feel like it ties into significance a little bit for me. Those are very similar, but it says contribution, a sense of service and focus on helping, giving to, and supporting others.
I think you just need to I think everyone views and does that differently. But I think, like, if you're a decent human being, like, how are you contributing to society?
Our society sucks. It's getting embarrassing to be a part of it. It is, like, there's no, like, we're so, everything we read and vote on, everything we think about is how does this benefit me?
Right.
How, does this work for me and my family? We don't think about the greater good anymore. We don't give a shit. Like, we used to have cool presidents. Remember that president, I think it was Kennedy, where he's like, don't ask what the country can do for you, ask what you, like, that was cool.
Yeah.
We used to be like that. And now it's like, it's bad. We're so self-centered and selfish, and we just care about us and maybe our inner circle, and then it's kind of like whatever after that. Mm-hmm. Like, what happened to the sacrifice and the grit and the grind of what, like, we used to be cool. You used to be cool. Dude, if you want to peer pressure someone, that's the go-to line. You used to be cool.
It makes them very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, oh, crap, what have I done? Like,
I want to be cool.
I'm cool.
Hey, Tony.
Drop a bowling ball on your foot, my friend.
Talk about a rush, my friend. Tony's so cool. He gets free pie. Hey, Kramer, what are you doing mañana?
Oh, Tony. That's too many sandwiches.
Tony, that's too many sandwiches.
Oh, my goodness.
Step off, George. Step off. Oh, Tony, don't.
He said step off, George. He said step off. Oh, Tony.
No, but, like, it's so frustrating to me.
Yeah. Like, it is, because, like, how would you say
Can you just be a contributing part of society? Can you, like...
But, like, do you pay taxes?
Yeah.
That's a contributing member of society. There's some people who don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Like, how would you say you contribute to society right now?
The 1090 podcast.
That's a good way.
And then being a good dad.
Yeah.
I used to be a high school teacher. I didn't do it for the money. That's for damn sure.
Well, it used to be. What have you done for us lately? No, but like that's like, yeah, like teachers, they contribute to society.
Yeah. Like, I was a teacher, Courtney was a nurse. Like,
Right.
giving, like, I don't know.
Sure.
Have a positive influence on this thing.
Yeah. No, I think contribution's big. I think I've met a lot of people who like you can tell like they genuinely care, and it may still only extend to their inner circle or their family but like this person's a really good person. Like, I'm trying to think of like who is someone that I would say is just like a genuine, like, this is a good person. They care, they do their best, they offer their services.
Tony Robbins, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, next to Jesus.
I
Can't believe he said that. When he said that, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
You didn't even know who the guy was.
Yeah, but like, do something for other. Be Christ-like.
Yeah.
Be Christ-like.
Be Tony-like.
Be Tony-like.
Yeah. Yeah. Like today I'm going to do something for someone. I don't know what it is. I don't know when I'll do it. Today, though.
Are you, or are you going to eat 11 donuts again?
Maybe I'll do it while eating 11 donuts.
Oh.
Maybe I'll take the 12th donut to someone.
Was it just glazed regular?
Straight glaze.
Well,
I only do glaze. Talk about certainty. I want glaze. I don't want to risk it.
Your face was like intense. Like,
I only glaze.
Like no jelly and nothing like that. Okay, you wanted to end with a...
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like this.
Yeah. Tony
right.
Robbins. Hold on, I just want to read the list again. So what are the 6 human needs? Number 1, certainty. Number 2, uncertainty/variety. Number 3, significance. Number 4, connection/love. Number 5, growth. Number 6, contribution. For me, in my life, get ready. I'm going to ask you this too, Sam. Okay. I think I like all of these. Like, I think they all impact my life except number 1, certainty. I'm not certain of anything. I think anything can go bad at any moment. Marcus Aurelius has a quote that says, I don't know if he calls it stupid or silly or whatever, but he says it's stupid to be surprised by anything that happens in life. Yeah. Because anything could happen at any time.
Right. Yeah.
Where are you at with these 6? I guess if I had to rank them, this may have been a bad idea. I don't know if I could rank them. I think growth, you got to be able to grow.
Sure.
So looking for growth, and growth is through the pain. That's something that I've gotten good at. I love number 2, uncertainty/variety. I love contributing. I like all of them. I don't know how to rank them. Maybe that was a bad idea. But I like all of them except number one. Where are you at with these? Anyone?
I would say I think growth is potentially the most important one. Like, if you're not willing to grow and change and adapt and learn, like, it's going to be a long life for you. Like, if you're, and I think people struggle with that. I think people are so hell-bent on sticking to their, like, this is the way. This is the one answer that works and nothing will ever change. Like, I think that's hard.
Yeah.
What's the is it 4? That's love? Connection and love, 4. A strong feeling close. I think that one's probably right up there to me. Like, you know, I would say those two, probably connection, love, and growth. Yeah. I mean, all of them are great. Certainty, assurance. And the way I view certainty is like comfortable, and I like to make like comfortable. Like,
you like to chill and just eat donuts and do your thing. Yeah. I'll excuse you. Okay, end with would you rather?
Yep. So, all right. Would you rather make a movie? So you're an actor. Would you rather make a movie that millions of people see, very commercially successful, meaning it made a lot of money, fans loved it.
This doesn't sound like me already.
Critics didn't love it, but you won an Academy Award for it, which obviously means critics loved it. Basically, but no one saw the movie. Like, it's like, oh yeah, that movie's really good. Like, for example, almost every movie that wins an Academy Award, never even heard of. And I see a lot of movies.
Yeah, you're a movie guy.
So it really pisses me off. Because it's like, no one saw the movie, it made no money, compared to this movie that didn't even get nominated, made $2 billion, and everyone went and saw it and loved it.
Is there another side of the would you rather?
Yeah, would you rather be the person that was in this movie that made the money, and fans loved it, and like millions of people saw it, or this one where no one saw the movie, but you won an award for it?
I would like the one that impacted all the people.
Like, who's your favorite director? Is probably Martin Scorsese. Is that his name?
Scorsese?
Him?
Like, no, I'd say Coen Brothers #1 for me, and then probably Quentin Tarantino, and then maybe Scorsese or those guys.
Or like on the other side, like a musician. Would you rather go perform at a club for 100 people and they just like, oh, this person is so talented, or go to a sold out arena and they're like, this person's a great entertainer. Can't play the guitar that great, but they put on a show.
Okay, how about this? Would you rather? Would you rather be on a basketball team? You win the NBA Finals, but you're like the 7th man. You play like 5-7 minutes a game. Or you're the best on the team. You get buckets. You get some fame. Probably get more money. But you don't make the playoffs. Like, your team's not very good. Or maybe you make the playoffs. You get your ass kicked in the first round. Swept. You're done.
When they talk about the team that won the finals, are they mentioning you? Like,
no.
After Kobe and Shaq, are they talking about like
Rick Fox? No.
Okay, I don't want to be Rick Fox.
He's a good-looking shooter.
He is good-looking. He's a good-looking guy.
But Rick Fox? Why our podcast sucks, dude? Why are we talking about Rick Fox?
Because you said the 6th or 7th guy.
I know. Yeah.
Like, so I'm saying, like, am I someone that, like, oh yeah, that without the contributions of that person, like,
yeah, like you get a ring. Like, if you ask the star of the team, like, yeah, I couldn't have done it without Sam Josie, but no one
cares.
Yeah.
I want to be. I don't necessarily care to be the star of the team, but like I want to play more than 5 or 6 minutes, and I want to like get more than like. Yeah, no, I want to be on the other team, taking the charge, trying to get my team to the next level.
The charge. I hate charges in basketball. Charges in high school basketball. Can we just? Everything's a chart. Oh, don't. Okay, let's not stop me right now. Okay. I'd rather listen. All these like Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Tracy McGrady, all these stars, Charles Barkley, all these guys did it. Right. They get to the end of their career,
and they want a ring.
They'd give it all up. I'll take a pay cut. I'll play less minutes. I'll take less shots. I just want a ring. I think the answer is you want to win, dude. Be on the winning team.
See, but I think the difference, though, is all those people did that after they played 20 years as the star.
But, like, that's the reason Tim Duncan and Tom Brady were so good is they didn't get lost in the money.
Right.
Like, they took less money
Right.
to have a better roster, and they both won way more and ultimately probably made up way more money doing other things because of their success. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll accept it. Ryan,
where are you at?
Yeah, I'd rather be on the winning team.
Ryan would rather.
Okay, but Ryan, you're a musician. Would you rather play in a club and people rave about how great you play guitar?
Be honest. This is a good one.
In a sold out Fenway Park, just jamming to 100,000 people.
Oh man, that's tough.
And they don't leave saying Ryan's a great musician. They leave saying, like, that was a great show.
Like, who's Ryan Garner? I don't know, but that show was awesome.
Loved it. Or, like, hey, me and 15 other people really thought that he played guitar really good.
Oh man, yeah, I think I'd rather do the sold out show.
Yeah.
In that scenario, because like.
Ryan said he'd rather do the sold out show, just in case he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if I'm the guitarist for a big, and no one knows me, but I get to be a part of it, and then, or if like I'm the headliner, but it's only 100 people, and then I go home.
But like the 1090 thing, I love that we're like, okay, my brother Race. He was a state championship wrestler. After high school, he would do like these WWF type wrestling matches at these rundown dive bars. Like, they'd set up a ring in the middle of the bar, and it was the coolest thing.
Right.
It like no money. No one really knows what's going on except the 30 people in the bar who are half of them are like, you know. It was so cool to me. Like, Race didn't do it for, and this was before social media. It was just pure passion of what Race loved. It was like so hardcore to me, and I love that. I want that to be 1090. I don't want to be the #1 podcast. I mean, that'd be cool, but like, I like going to the small town elementary school and just giving it a go. And it's not great, but we tried our hardest.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I'm racing the dive bar. Like,
there's almost more pressure going into a small town elementary school than
no one knows who you are. Like, who's this guy?
We got to captivate this audience that doesn't have a clue what we're about to talk about. Other than the two people who set it up.
Yeah, there's just something about the underdog, mud dog type mindset.
Mud dogs. Why do I know the mud dog statement? Is that a team?
The water boy. Just because the water boy's a cheetah doesn't mean we can't kick some cougar ass. Oh, we suck again. Remember the water boy? Mud dogs.
Yep.
Mud dogs. Anyway, life's 10% what happens to you, 90% what you're going to do about it.